Hello, everyone. This is Vivek Iani, and welcome to another episode of our LinkedIn Live series. We are doing a rewarding career series of having different guests where we talk about rewarding careers. And today we have a very interesting topic and an even more interesting guest to share his thoughts about a career in insurance. So, we've seen that recently there's a lot of these new terms called quiet quitting in the workforce, and quiet quitting basically means people are so worked as an employee that they start to basically not give their 100%, so they give maybe their 50%, their bare minimum, right, just to make sure that they don't get fired from the organization, but they don't go above and beyond. That's called quiet quitting. Last time, they used to call this a wheelbarrow. That means you must push the person to work. And they also say they used to call it a sensor as well. These kind of people, you need to walk past them to see if they're working. Right? They only work when you walk past them, right? So they show you that they're working when you are there. So these are terms are new. Some of them are new, some of them are old, but it really reflects the fact that a lot of people, even in employed jobs, right, don't really put in a lot of hard work, right? Sometimes they feel like it's not worth the effort. So that's why we're exploring what are some of those careers that are really, really rewarding. And today, for this conversation, we have an interesting guest who's going to share his take of the common misconceptions that a lot of people have of a career in insurance. I know insurance has over time created some kind of bad examples. You see a lot of stories sometimes being captured on social media, sometimes on in the media itself. And it kind of paints a very broad picture, but it's not fair to those who are actually doing a really good job. And to share a little bit more about this is my first guest on this show. Actually, he's the main guest of this show. His name is Chin Long, and he'll be sharing a little bit more about the common misconceptions of a career in insurance. So please put your hands together to help me welcome Chin Long. Hi, bro.
Hello. Hi.
Hey, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So before we start and go into the questions, maybe you want to share a little bit more about yourself. Do a quick introduction.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Jun Long. I joined the business after I graduated from university. Okay, so I'm in the business close to fourth year. Specialized more toward investment and retirement planning. Okay, so I for myself, right, after uni, I don't know what I want to do. Okay, so I know that I don't want to go into a corporate job because it's very mundane, 9 to 5. After that, just get a normal pay. So for me, I tell myself I rather work hard first. Okay, I know in every job you need to work hard, but
Mm,
I told myself I want to find a job that I can work hard maybe in the first 5 to 10 years, and then after that I can relax already. So
yeah.
I asked myself which job in the industry, right, or maybe in every company, which position is how to say which position is the most important. And then I
Mm,
realized actually every company, if there's no sales department, right, your company won't have profit.
yep.
That's what I believe lah. That's what I believe. So after that, I went on to find a sales job. Yeah, that's how I managed to land myself here.
Oh, very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, sales is one of the most important roles, right? Salespeople are one of the most important people in any organization. Without sales, you really have nothing, zero. So I think that's very interesting. So insurance is, one of the different kinds of sales jobs, right? Any specific reason you chose insurance instead of other typical sales job that come with a salary?
Because okay, a sales job, right, should be something that should not be so called so much of a target driven. Should be for me lah, for me. I also want to. I have been helping people since my poly days. So poly days I actually gave out tuition to the underprivileged. So
Mm,
when I go out for look for a sales job, I come across a lot of what people say car, let's say even car selling, so a sales
mm,
job.
mm,
Then after that there is also property agent, and then there's also insurance lah. So after I talk to each one of them, I feel that actually insurance is the one that really can help people because
mm,
okay, there's a saying lah. For example, if I were to sell my friend, I don't dare to sell so much to my friends. But when my friends want to claim, right, they will complain to me, say why I never sell them a lot. Because when they claim not so much, right? So they will complain. So there's this point where you can help your friend, but because you how to say, you feel bad taking your friend money, so you just tell him the bare minimum only. Then when
Yeah.
they claim, they only claim the bare minimum. Then so in a way you help them, but then you never help them so much. So that's why I feel this job allows me to actually really help my friends first, and
Ah,
maybe even help the strangers, because when a claim is needed, right, they are the one benefiting from it. They will be
yes.
the one claiming it. Yeah. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
this job give me the fulfillment of actually helping people also, rather than just sales and sales. Yeah.
So there's this misconception that if you want to join insurance, you must be very good at being extroverted. Very must be very talkative. You must be able to convince people, make them laugh, make them sweet talk to them, and then only you will be able to get more sales to be successful to earn a decent amount of money in this thing. Because I think typically when we look at movies, we look at all these shows. They show the salesperson as very persuasive, very
Right.
charming, right? So is it true? Do we need to be like that, or can we as an introvert also succeed in this kind of a career?
I believe so, because I myself, I'm actually an introvert. Yeah, my friends
Mm,
from uni, they actually know me that I don't really go out and rarang rarang. So I am somewhat that is quite close. I have very very small circle only.
mm,
So because, and also in today, right, in today time, data is readily available on the net, on the internet.
mm,
So if you are too extrovert, right, people may get a little scared, because they can find the data on the internet also. So what they want is actually people that they trust, to assure
mm,
them that whatever they read online may be true or false, depending on what they read. And also uh, the way how you talk to them. If you are very pushy, if you are very pushy, you want to be very rarang to tell them to come and buy. uh, Even I myself, I will feel scared. Yeah, I will feel scared if someone keep on telling me, hey, you need to buy this, you buy that. Whereas, if someone is there to assure me, like also for me, I always go there and assure them that the thing that they buy, or versus the data that they read from the internet, right, is true, or maybe there's some false to it. The
mm,
assurance, I think, pay much more better than being too extrovert to help them, to tell them that you need to buy. Yeah.
mm, mm,
So maybe in the past, yes, because in the past there's not much data, so we
mm.
can only trust on the insurance. So I can say no one time, but the insurance will come and meet me another time. Then maybe okay, somehow the data is there. Then maybe in the past, maybe 20, 30 years ago, yeah, it's true. But nowadays, I don't think you need to be that. Yeah, you just
Yeah,
need to be someone trustworthy, I feel. Yeah,
yeah.
that your client can trust you. Yeah.
And introverts, I think they are also very good at listening, right?
Mm.
For those who are very good at listening, they actually listen to what the person has to say instead of just telling them, nah, 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 these are all the things you need to know, right? It's not like, downloading a lot of information on them, but really listening to what are their needs, what are their requirements, and then giving them what they need instead of what you want to really sell to them, right? So I think that is also another kind of what do you call it, advantage of being an introvert. And I think you mentioned yesterday as well, last time, you need to be extrovert because you have to go and do door knocking, right?
That is if you want to be very persistent. You want to be very persistent. You want to be very salesy. Because last time, right? Okay, in today's world, I did not go and knock every door, because a lot of people have insurance nowadays. So normally you will get rejection. But
Mm,
20, 30 years ago, not a lot of people, not a lot of people have insurance in Singapore.
mm,
So what most of my senior, my older manager, what they did is they will knock their own estate first. So
mm, mm.
whatever unit they stay, they will knock their neighbor first. After knocking their neighbor finish, they will knock the floor on top below.
Mm,
So if if let's say today I go and knock your door, you don't want to buy. Tomorrow I knock, you don't want to buy. But if I knock 10 day in a row, right, you'll give in and buy. Correct?
yeah,
Yeah, but today cannot. You can't do that anymore. If today I cannot go and knock your door, there's rules staying
yeah,
regulated. That's number one. Number two, nowadays people normally just give a call or a text over. So
yeah.
when you give a call or text, people now can ghost already, can just ghost you or even block you. So
Mm,
if I'm very very persistent, right, I can text you 10 times a day, right? If you don't, if I don't really don't like you, I don't want to buy from you, I can just ghost you, I can just block you. So
Mm,
there's no point being so persistent already. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And we talked about ghosting in one of our earlier episodes as well, where people just disappear. For those of you who don't understand the term ghosting, is basically I just block you on WhatsApp, on Facebook, whatever. If you are a friend, I just block you. If I don't know you, I just block you. Make sure you cannot call me. You cannot. And I think today's phone, you can block. Last time the phone, you must pick up and then you must put down, right? So
Yeah, last time also cannot block.
right?
So
Especially.
last time it's easier to do sales, to be honest. I can just go to the same household, knock 10 times or call 10 times.
Yeah,
Eventually they will give in, okay, okay, I buy from you.
yeah.
It's very hard. Yeah.
Now it's a bit harder,
Yeah.
definitely,
Right.
definitely. Yeah, so that is one of the biggest misconceptions that people have. I need to be very good at, talking, to be good at sales and good at insurance. So another thing that I've heard quite a bit is, if I join insurance, a lot of my friends won't buy from me. They will stay away from me. They will try to avoid me. They will ghost me,
Mm.
because they know, they found out that I'm in insurance, and they are scared that I will try and sell them. So is that true as well? Is it true that your
Mm.
friends will kind of distance from you
Would
once they find
say
out?
I would say it is quite true for this one because people are scared. People are scared that
Mm,
the motive that you have is only want to is to sell them. So
mm,
unless you can assure them that I'm actually not here to sell you, or even best you don't even find them, wait for them to
mm,
find you. Yeah.
mm,
For that is actually quite true because even myself I when I started this career, right, I did not find any friends to sell. I did
oh.
yeah, I did not find any friends to sell. I just tell myself, I cannot find my friends because I'm already an introvert. So if I find my friends, I will lose my friends. I don't have any friends. Yeah. So when I started the first year, I did not find my friends to tell them I want to sell to them. But we still go out and eat. But we never talk about insurance. We never talk about
Mm,
insurance. Yeah, when I started. So uh the best thing for this, right, is you try not to find our friends for insurance. Yeah,
mm,
try to, because if you can sell to stranger, right, you definitely can sell to friends. Okay,
yeah,
but
yeah.
you can only sell to friends and you cannot sell to stranger, then the another misconception will come out, which is to say that my agent left the job very fast, and then they are
Mm,
scared that I buy from you already, you left,
mm,
and I have to find another agent to service me. Yeah.
mm, 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 mm,
So that's why I tried my best when just started. I tried my best not to sell my friends. Yeah.
wow. Wow. And did that work for you? Because I mean, a lot of the agencies actually say start with your first 100 people in your phone book. Start with your connection. Start with the people you know because they are warm, right? They are
Correct.
qualified. And isn't it harder to go cold and do it from where kind of like approach a stranger or cold call a stranger? And isn't it a lot harder, or is it
Yes,
easier actually?
it's a lot harder. I I wouldn't say it's the best of time when I started joining the first year and the second year. I did a lot of hard work. Okay, I did a lot of
Mm,
hard work because I don't want to sell to my friends. Correct. So
mm,
if I don't want to sell my friend, who can I sell to? I can only
mm.
sell to people I do not know. So where do
Yeah.
I find all these people that I do not know? I have to find them everywhere because they are everywhere, right? Your friends, you
Yeah,
know where they stay, but for a person that you do not know, they are everywhere.
yeah.
So I put in the hard work. I the most the most place that I frequent, right, for my first 2 years is actually Toa Payoh HDB hub. I
Mm,
station myself there.
okay.
I station myself there. Talk to stranger every day, 10 a.m. to 9 p.m.
Oh, you sure you introvert?
Yeah, I station myself there 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. I because I force myself.
Wow,
I
wow.
force myself to go and uh
Talk
I
to
don't know what
people.
they say, pull people, talk to people. I force myself. So I force myself every day 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. No, 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. at
Mm,
Toa Payoh HDB hub. If you were to that was before COVID, that was before COVID. So I can do that. Yeah,
yeah.
I station myself there, talk to strangers. I try my best. Even in Starbucks, let's say for example Starbucks, there's one person sitting there. I will just go there and say hi. Can you give me 5 minutes of your time? I'm new in the industry. I want to practice.
Mm.
Normally people are kind. They will say, okay, you can practice. Yeah.
Oh,
So
really? Oh,
yeah.
wow.
So normally I just practice on strangers. I practice
Wow.
because okay, normally people are kind. People are very kind. To be honest.
You mean no one reject you or
And then of course you still face rejection, but
okay?
most people are kind. They say, okay, no worries, you can just take a seat and then you just tell me what you want. Yeah, because I'm there to practice. Because okay, in general, Singaporeans are quite kind. If you donation,
Really?
you see donation TV show, right? People will
Yeah.
donate. Yeah,
Okay.
people will donate because they're kind. So
Yeah.
so that's why and if I say I just want to practice, they will not reject normally. So they let you practice. So
Oh.
from there, I practice, and then they listen. Then somehow or other, they learn something from me practicing, and then
Mm.
we make friends from there.
Oh wow! Actually, so you actually make more friends by meeting new people instead
Yeah,
of losing friends.
right, right. So this is something. If I'm working at a corporate job, right, I will never
Mm.
do it. I will never do it. Yeah.
Yep, definitely, definitely. In
Even
fact, a lot of
today,
people they are comfortable in their corporate job. They don't need to network until
yeah,
they lose their job.
yeah. Even
Actually,
today, right, even until today, right, we have new colleague, right. Normally,
yeah,
I also won't get and say hi, or I will just say hi and I'll just go on to my office.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so that's me lah. As an introvert, I really don't really like to go and say hi to people.
But
For
it's interesting, huh?
yeah, but for job, I have no choice. If I don't
Yeah.
work hard, I got no money. Yeah, so I force myself to go and talk to strangers. Yeah, and then of course, secondly is have a friend. I have a friend to work together. So when I
Mm,
started, I have two friends.
mm, mm,
One I think left already. One I think left the industry already. But I have two
mm,
friends. We will always go together. So we will encourage each other. Try to talk to people. Try to walk out of my own comfort zone.
mm.
So with friends is easier lah. If I were to do it alone, I will
Yeah.
and maybe today you won't see me here. Ah.
And this is not roadshow, right? This is not
No, no,
considered
no,
road.
no, not
Right?
also not. So I just go, and then do it. Yeah, I just go and do it. Yeah.
Wow, wow, that's a very interesting story because I have never heard this from a lot of the agents that I've spoken to. I've never heard anyone cold approach unless it's a road show. So this is more like a cold approach on the streets. It's not like door knocking, but it's kind of similar. You are approaching people on the street, lah, right? So it takes a lot of courage. I think it takes a lot of guts.
Even
And,
today, until today, right? My
yeah.
parents have never buy anything yet. I haven't opened my parents any plans yet.
Wow. And but is it because they never ask you, or you don't feel like it's the right time to ask them?
I because my parents they are more towards property investing. So
Mm, mm,
to them, since they have not buy any insurance yet. So
mm,
until today, they also haven't buy any insurance. To be honest, they have the basic lah. They have the basic. I know they have the basic like
yeah.
hospital plan and accident plan, but they don't have like life cover all that. Yeah.
Ah, okay, okay, okay.
So
Oh, interesting.
even me being an insurance agent, I haven't even sell to my family yet. Yeah, so that is how I am. Yeah.
Yeah, you are the role model for all the introverts who are in this industry and all the introverts who want to join this industry because actually you prove to people that you don't need to sell to friends, you don't need to lose your friends. Anyway, as an introvert, only got a few friends, 5 to 10, maybe a handful of friends. If you
Uh,
sell to them and they don't become your friends, you got no more friends. So actually, it's better to just focus on the cold market and it is possible to succeed by actually having cold approaches, and it's I guess it's a level of determination, and I'm sure you have your own step by step what are things to do and don't do that you've learned along the way. Yeah.
I would say it's tough lah. It's tough. That's why it's tough. It's tough to start from cold, very very cold. It's very
Mm,
tough. But once you are able to hit there, so I of course I cleared my MDRT. I also did some of the convention. I just came back from Europe with my
mm,
colleagues. Yeah, so it's fun because that's why this term work hard play hard really really stays true to this industry. Because if I were to ask myself, if I'm working very hard for a corporate job, okay, if I'm working very hard for a corporate job, the chance of me promotion, salary increment is not so much rewarding than the job over here.
mm, mm, mm,
So
mm,
that's why I'm fortunate lah that I really willing to step out of the comfort zone and then go and learn, go and try and make this career work.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. There are other misconceptions as well, right? Like another one that I saw is, online, and this one I saw online. I have to guilt trip my clients to get referral. That means is like they will say things like, I rely heavily on referrals, so I really need you to help me out. Please help me
Mm-hmm.
out so that you can, help me to put more bread and butter for me, right? So this sometimes happens in the form of they put the paper in front of you, right, and then you just fill up the names and the contact number. So this sometimes it feels very awkward for people who don't really want to do the referral. They're not ready for it. So is it true? Is this actually a practice that's happening in the industry?
I would say it. Some people still do use it. I tried
Mm,
once before. I actually had it printed out one time
mm,
only. But the number I get are like they are bad friends. So when you do this right, when you do this, you actually get a reverse result that you want. So the client is actually not a so, how to say, not a so friendly client. So
mm,
because I wanted to test on, but for
uh,
me, I was doing testing. So
yeah,
I didn't test on my good client. I test on a normal client. Okay,
yeah,
the
yeah.
normal client, right? I didn't just push him. I just tell him lah. I will need
Mm,
some referral. If you can, if you like what I've done, then you can give
mm,
me some referral. So he actually put in, I think, two names.
mm,
So
mm,
when I call the names, right, I realized that these are not their so-called best friends. It's just maybe hi bye, or even maybe they had some differences between each other. Yeah.
mm,
So I feel if you are pushing your client, right, you
mm,
might get a negative result. So
mm,
for me now, now I don't do pushing of paper. I just ask generally. So
mm,
for example, if I want to do for my friend's parent, I will just tell them, uh, do you want to bring your parent down for meeting with me next week? Yeah. Then if they say yes, then I'll do friends. So normally my referral are like their parents. I won't refer the friend. So for friends, right, normally is when they go for outing.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
they go
yeah.
for a celebration, then I'll just join them. Then from there, I
Mm,
make friend with their friend. Then after that, yeah, then it become my referral. Yeah.
interesting,
So
interesting.
so I think it is a thing like do people still use now? I believe people still use
Mm,
it now, but
mm,
not
mm.
so much, not so much because it may backfire. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And you mentioned, right, sometimes it's not actually a good quality list as well. So it doesn't really it's not a guaranteed way of generating good leads, especially if they are uncomfortable about it. So
Mm.
actually what I'm hearing from all your answers is that there are different ways to do things. It's just about, doing what you're comfortable with and doing what works with you and doing what is aligned with your own values, right?
Mm.
So for you, when you feel like, okay, this is something I can do, this is something that I feel that is it is aligned with yourself, you will do it. If you feel like it's not really working or it's not really the best way to do it, you can also choose not to do it. So it's really a matter of choice,
Yeah.
and no one is actually forcing you to do it this
Right.
specific way. It's really
Yeah.
up to the individual, correct?
So this is one good thing about this career. Nobody will force you to do anything. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
all up to you. It's all up to you. If you want to work hard, it's up to you. If you want to work until you hit the target and don't want to work anymore, it's also up to you. So whatever method you want to use is also up to you. Nobody will be here to say this method is wrong, this method is correct. It's just like what you say, comfortable. If you are comfortable with using this method and this method really helps you, okay,
Mm-hmm.
you can use this method. Yeah.
Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah. That's very reassuring for people
Mm.
who may be afraid they will be forced to do. Last time people will think that, wow, your manager will sit next to you, then you need to write down all the numbers, then you need to call immediately. So that may be the image that people still hold on to, but things have changed so much over the years. So for those of you who are watching, right, if you have any thoughts about this, like, are there any misconceptions that you feel you have experienced before? Please share in the chat, share in the comments, share what you've experienced, share what you have heard about from your social network or from your friends and family. What are some of these misconceptions that you've heard, that, or maybe real things, real experiences you heard? Please share in the chat. I believe we can all learn from one another. So if you share in the chat, in the comments, it really helps us to really address these things, whether they are legit or they are not. Sometimes they are legit, sometimes it's just a bad practice, sometimes it's a little bit more complicated. So if you have experienced something like that, please share it, because I think, the more we educate ourselves about this career, the better understanding we have, the more we realize what to do and what not to do, and how you can fit in this kind of a career. So, Jinlong, we also have heard this misconception that you have to be very persistent to really make a lot of income in this space. That means if you are not persistent, that means if you don't keep bugging your client, it's very hard to close a sale. Is that true? Is it true that you must be like that? This is different from being extrovert.
Correct.
Introverts also can be very persistent. They keep following up, keep repeating the same thing. So is it true you must be like that to be successful?
To be honest, no need. To be honest, very very honest, you don't need to keep on bugging your client because
Mm,
like what I say, your client today in today world, data is readily available. Yeah, I can
mm,
search whatever product I want from the internet. So
mm,
uh so we ourselves, right, we can actually make the decision. If we want, we will tell you we want. So for
mm,
example, for client, if I don't want, the client will say I don't want. So if the
mm,
client don't want, right, and don't want to reply you, or say they don't really want to buy, right? Meaning they are the only thing I can say, they are not convinced. Yeah.
mm,
So if
mm.
you're not convinced, right, you if you keep bugging them, right, they will feel, yeah, they will feel it's a negative effect.
Yeah.
So yeah, so you must find out why they are not convinced.
Mm,
Why are they not convinced of what have you told them? Because uh from what I know, different people explain one product differently, even
mm,
though the benefit of the product is the same. But
mm,
some agent, because whatever they learn, or being taught by their manager is differently, is different style of presentation, or different style of explanation.
mm,
So maybe your style of explanation did not convince this client. So
mm,
this client is not since this client is not convinced by you, right, the chance of him buying is already quite low already. But
mm.
you still want to keep on bugging and bugging and bugging, right? I think the confidence will drop to zero.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
what I would suggest is try to learn different ways of presentation. Okay,
Mm,
see which
mm,
presentation suit this client. Yeah,
mm,
because
mm,
benefit, everything is the same. They can read from the internet, they can read from everywhere else, but it's how
mm.
you present to them. Yeah, if your
Yeah.
way of presentation suit what they want to hear, the chance of them buying, right, is there. You don't need
Mm,
to ask them. They will say, okay, what you say is correct, or what you say is what I need. They will just
yeah.
yeah, correct.
It's
Because
logic. Yeah, they agree with you, right?
correct,
There's
correct.
no resistance, lah,
Yes,
basically.
yes, yes. So what the only thing how to say, the only thing is when it happen, is when they don't understand, or
Mm.
when they don't understand what your presentation is about, or when they feel confused. The more you say, the more confused they are, and then you still go and bug them. Already. Yeah, they already. So bugging people in today's is, I think does not work. Yeah,
Yeah.
the more you bug, the more disgusted they feel. I feel the more disgusted they will feel.
Mm,
Then
mm, mm.
so if even if today is a friend, not a stranger, it's a friend, right? I keep bugging this friend to buy, right? I will lose this friend.
Yeah,
Definitely
exactly.
lose this friend, because if your friend don't even understand your presentation, right, and your friend, because your friend is easier, your friend will ask you, I don't
Mm,
understand this, why is this? So you don't really need to bug, right? So
yeah.
yeah, so if you bug a friend, and a friend feel offensive, they don't want to buy already. What's the, what makes you say that if you bug a stranger, they will confirm buy? They won't buy already. They won't buy already. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, very true, very true, very valid points. So I think it's about having the emotional intelligence to know when to stop, or
Mm,
when you can notice the non-verbal cue. Sometimes it is, they are saying that the voice change a bit, or their facial expressions,
yeah.
their eyebrows are scrunched a bit, they're looking a little bit irritated. Yeah, I think it's about being aware of all of these things.
Correct.
And also I believe that those people who are trained in enneagram are also a little bit more a better position to identify what personality type this potential person may be, and talking about those points that will be relevant for them in a way that they prefer, right? What do you think? Have you experienced that there is some benefit from using enneagram to actually talk better to prospective clients?
Okay, I myself, I do practice anagram.
Mm,
Uh, if you are very, very into Enneagram, I would say it might help because for me, okay, I one look, I still don't know what's the type of this person. I still,
Mm,
but if you are if you have been practicing an Enneagram, right? If by one look or by maybe one, two sentences of engaging, you might guess the personality, right? Then you
mm,
know which personality to how to talk to this person because
mm.
different personality likes different attitude. To be honest, to be honest, yeah. So there's a way, of course, and also different personality, they like different kind of presentation style. So
Mm,
some personality they like a lot of images. They like you to draw a lot of things. Uh,
yeah,
then some
yeah, yeah.
personality they don't want you to draw so much because
Oh.
they see drawing they blur already. They feel
Okay, okay.
confused. So if you are able to use Enneagram, right, and then you by the first 5 minutes, or let's say 1 to 5 minutes, you know their type, then
Mm,
you use the correct presentation skill, right? Yeah, I
mm,
would say you have a higher chance lah. You have a higher chance to
mm,
connect with them. Close, I
mm.
don't want to say close first, but connect. Yeah, once you
Yeah,
connect, then you may have the chance to close them. Yeah,
yes,
but
yes.
if you can get connected with them, it'll be easier.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I think that's the good thing. They help you to understand and connect better
yeah,
because you understand yourself better and you understand the other person's personality better.
correct.
So that really helps in the entire way of reaching out to people and building relationships over
Mm,
the long term as well. Right,
correct.
I believe it helps a lot. We are coming to the end of the questions. I think we've kind of answered a lot of the main things about the misconceptions. What would your advice be to individuals who are looking to join this insurance industry? What are some of the things that they should look out for? What should they know?
Mm. Okay. I feel right. Don't be afraid of whatever what other people say. Okay.
Mm,
Because if you were to join a corporate, okay, you also there will also be politics, there will also be problems. So every industry, every career has its own problems. All right,
yeah.
so it's how you overcome all these problems. So
Mm,
what I would say is, if you are willing to
mm,
overcome yourself, meaning to
mm,
step out of a comfort zone. Okay, if you are willing to work hard for the first few years, I
mm,
don't know how many years it's going to take, because for some people it may be 1 year, for some people it may be 2 years or 3 years.
mm,
So once you build up your client base, you will be fine. You'll find this career much more rewarding.
mm,
So it's
mm,
really
mm.
work hard, play hard. Once you work hard in the
Yeah.
early years, you will find that most financial consultant, they are playing very hard at the end. So for example, most consultant, they work from January to maybe even October, November. They work very, very hard from
Mm,
January
mm.
onwards. But at the last 2 months, you will see them playing very hard. They will play.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can. I think nowadays you can see their social media. They are in different countries having fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, but because they work so hard at the beginning, they can afford to take 1, 2 months off.
Oh,
They
wow. That's not possible in any job. 1 2 months is even if you are senior level, 1 2 months is unheard of.
correct, correct. Yeah. So for some, I know, right? I know, they work only 6 months. 6 months they rest already. Yeah,
Wow. You
yeah,
work for half a year, you earn a 1 year income. Not bad,
yeah, yeah. And then they rest for the half a year. They just go and have fun. Yeah. So this industry, be prepared to work hard. Yeah. If
Mm,
you are
mm,
someone who really enjoy working hard and playing hard, come
mm.
enjoy. Come enjoy us. Try to explore this career to give yourself
Yeah.
a chance. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. So thank you, Chin Long, for sharing with us. And for those of you who are watching this, please do consider scanning the QR code. If you haven't already, you get access to a free Enneagram coaching. You get access to a personality quiz, and on top of that, we are also offering this thing called the Udemy course. Udemy has a lot of different courses that will empower you, will train up your skills in presentation, in communication, in connecting with people, your soft skills. There's a lot of workshops in there. Usually, if you go in, it's all paid, right? There's a lot, all those courses are paid, but we know how to get you access for free. So if you're interested to know more about that, also type keen in the comments so that we can know who you are and we can reach out to you and we can share with you a little bit about how you can grow yourself as an individual, learn, increase your self awareness, and also increase your soft skills, those skill sets that are very important for you to grow in any career, right? It doesn't have to be insurance, but all these skills will grow with you. It can never be taken away from you. So we highly encourage you to make the full use of it. And with that, we've come to an end of this episode. It was a very interesting conversation, Chin Long. I really enjoyed this conversation with you. Thank you for sharing on these common misconceptions that people have about a career in insurance. I really do think that a lot of them have learned something new from our conversation today, and I do hope that it really influences the way they look at insurance. So for the rest of you, I hope you enjoyed today's session. Take care, stay safe, and I'll see you guys in the next session. Bye.
Bye bye.